Here's 10 things you should know before you start playing guitar. Number 1, you're always going to lose this. Oh no, where did it go? I actually lost it. It might seem like I'm joking, but I swear I have found these in rooms that I have never played guitar before. I have found these in the fridge or at friends' houses where they don't even have a guitar. They slip into an otherworldly dimension I call the pick dimension, and sometimes they never come back. Number 2, you're gonna have to get really used to this sound. Hold on, wait a second. I got the perfect chord right here. I did everything perfectly. Well, it's definitely not gonna happen if I just play one note at a time. Why is it always buzzing? Alright, dude, I give up. If you expect to sound perfect when you're just starting an instrument, then I recommend you turn around and run the other way. Muted sounds happen on the guitar because your fingers aren't used to being able to cover these strings or curling the appropriate way when you're playing chords. So it's gonna happen, and you just need to muscle through it until your fingers are prepared, ready, and in the right position as you start to learn and develop those muscles. Number 3, it always gets harder. Guys, I just mastered this chord. Look, it's called C major. I got it perfect. What do you mean that it's supposed to be a C minor? I have to do what with my finger? Bro, how are you supposed to hold down all these strings at the same time? That sounds awful. The levels to guitar literally never stop increasing. There is always going to be something more difficult that you can try to do, and there is always also going to be somebody better than you, which is why you should not compare yourself to anybody else's journey. You should just try to play and make sounds that you like, and the more you are comfortable with your current skill level, the more your skill level is going to expand because you're going to enjoy actually playing the thing. Don't feel down if there's something that you can't do, because just like anything in this life, we just have to figure it out, put some time and effort into it, and you'll be able to do it. Number 4, your fingers go like this and not like this. Shout out to all my homies under the age of 12 that play their guitars like this for some reason. Unless your name is John Mayer or you were in that mid-2000s film called August Rush, I don't want to see you only using your thumb to play the guitar. Yes, there are very cool ways to make it sound good, but it's sort of that thing where you can only break the rules once you learn them. You first need to build the habit of using your fingers in the right way, even though this is gonna feel super awkward for your entire body, so that when you're ready to play Neon, you can finally use your thumb. Number 5, you don't always have to play it like this. We might need to temper down our aggressiveness as a society, because every time I see somebody play the guitar for the first time, they're always whacking the strings like it owes you money. Remember that in music, dynamics are a thing. And just because you play something louder doesn't mean that you're playing it better. So try to be kind of gentle with your strings. You might find that the sounds that come out are a little bit nicer. Plus, you're gonna end up breaking all your strings, and that's, what, like $1 a string? It adds up. Number 6, this will happen to you, and this will ruin the next 10 minutes of your life. You said you would pay me last week! Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Everything's gonna be alright. Alright, so here's what you've got to do, mate. You just got to throw it. It's going to be right here in the centre. Once you've got the geography lined up, you just give it a simple little tap or flip and it'll come right out. Just like this. What's the problem? I don't understand. Getting your pick lost in your sound hole is a rite of passage, and a great way to prank your mortal enemy. In all seriousness, if you bounce the pick onto the sticker that's on the inside of the guitar and then try to turn it directly over, it'll fall right out. Number 7, if you learn more than 10 seconds of a song, you'll be in the top 1% of all guitar players. Bro, check out the song I just learned. Pretty cool, right? What do you mean, what's next? No, that's the song. I'm pretty sure it's just a 10-second song, right? It just does this over and over again, right? You're telling me there's more? No, that can't be from the same song. What do you mean that's where they sing Smoke on the Water? Smoke on the water. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. this could be an attention span thing, but I honestly think this is just guitar players for the last 7,000 years. They were pretty cool in 8,000 BC. You guys don't ever learn the entire song, and you probably should. So sit down and watch a tutorial that goes over more than just the beginning riff, because we're not making McDonald's commercials, we're making music. Number 8, sometimes this is a lot harder than this. Alright guys, today we're gonna learn the song Nutshell by Alice in Chains. It's super easy. All you need is E minor, you need C, you need G, and you need D. Oh, and I guess there's this little thing like the strumming pattern for this song. It sounds a little something like this. Make sure you get the spacing right. Get that muted strum. And that loop, you guys heard that repeat, right? Well, that's where the song starts over. Make sure you're doing the ups in the right spot. It's gotta hit right like that. And then try to sing on top of that, right? On this red house, yeah. There's two things I want to point out. One is that everybody prioritizes learning chord shapes as a first-time guitar player. But for some reason, not a lot of people prioritize learning strumming and rhythm, which can be even more difficult. And the second thing is that it's not only more difficult, I think it's more important. If you stop and think about it for a second, anybody that doesn't play guitar isn't going to know or care if you're playing G the correct way or you're missing a finger. But everybody and their child and their mom is going to know if you're playing the rhythm the wrong way, or if you're going to have some gaps in your chords, which happens when people learn a lot. You try to strum through like C to D, and then you pause to make the chord perfect, and now you're playing D, but it took way too long. People can hear that gap in the middle. Rhythm is not something that's inherent to everybody, but it can absolutely be taught, practiced, and learned, and you should get on that right away. Yes, I'm talking to you. Number 9, there is no best way to learn. Look, this is coming from a guitar teacher that teaches multiple students. Every approach I take with a student has to be different because every person is different and everybody learns in a different way, which honestly makes that job pretty difficult. Feel free to join my Patreon for appreciation. Don't feel bad if you're learning through a course or you're trying some teacher on YouTube or TikTok and it's just not hitting you the right way. Some people are more visual learners. Some people need somebody in front of them to show things. Some people prefer to learn technique first, and some people want to just go right into playing songs so that they keep the momentum. You should do whatever thing it is that keeps you playing the guitar. If that's sitting in front of the TV, eating a bag of Doritos with some Mountain Dew, watching the new Halo TV show, which I heard kind of sucks, and playing guitar, then do it. If you're that annoying friend that likes to show off by saying words like diatonic and pentatonic and Phrygian, then go ahead and do it. But if you're an armchair guitarist that only holds this thing because you think it looks cool and there's a nice shiny spot on the wall where it always sits, then stop. If you're gonna play the guitar, then just play the guitar. That's literally all you have to do, and the more you do it, the better it's gonna sound. And finally, number 10. Sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it. I'm serious. I want you to think of your hands right now on the guitar as baby fingers, okay? You've never held a spoon in your life. This is the first time you've eaten cereal. Are you right-handed or left-handed? You don't even know. Guitar is working muscles that you have never used in your entire life. So go easy on yourself and literally just mimic the motions of being a guitar player. Push through, try to keep that rhythm going, strum your chords even if they're kind of wrong or sound garbage, and fake it till you make it. It's gonna take some time, but you're harder on yourself than anybody else is, and when you're playing and you're like, ooh, that's not a perfect D chord, trust me, literally nobody cares. Just continue playing the guitar and try to keep that rhythm going. And that's all you can literally do. I hope these top 10 tips help you out. If they did, you can show me some love and support in the comments. Make sure to follow me on these channels. You can watch the entire video on YouTube, or if you're watching it there, you can see a cut-up version on TikTok and Instagram where I do post other exclusive content. And of course, you can support me on Patreon. You can find the links to everything in my profile. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Down, down, up, up, down, and then down on C to start our next section. That down strum on the C add 9 begins the new section of strums, which is really all on the C add 9 chord and is pretty easy to stay in this one spot. It looks a little something like this. And so the majority of the time what we're doing is just staying here on the C add 9 chord, but you'll notice that I added in what I call a hammer on with my first finger. That's when you let your finger off the string, play the chord, and then use your finger to tap out the note that it was on, which in this case is the 2nd fret of the D string. So it sounds like this and creates its own little rhythmic flourish. If you can do that hammer on, the strum for this chord is just down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And that's the first 3 rounds, but when you do that down, you're gonna add that hammer on the second and the third time. So down, 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 up, hammer, down, down, up, hammer, down, down, up. And then we need to raise the intensity here as we go down, up, switch to our E minor 7 chord and go up, down. So that last part is down, up, down. And all together, this section looks like this. Down, 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 up, hammer, down, down, up, hammer, down, down, up, down. And then finally, to end the whole sequence on E minor 7 here, we're gonna go down, 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 which will bring us back to our musical theme from the beginning, which if you remember was down, down, up, down, down. So when you put the entire song together slowly, it looks a little something like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, hammer. Down, down, up, hammer. Down, down, up, down, down. Down, down, down. And then you loop it from there. This is one of my favorite songs to practice your rhythm because you really have to get a sense of spacing, and you really also have to use the correct downs and ups in the right spots. Otherwise, the entire song falls apart. But once you get the groove, it feels so good.